Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here and it's long overdue, but we have got a members marathon kicking off this week. Fist bump to you all, and thanks everyone for tuning in live and loud. If you're watching this after we've been live, as of this week, we have 3 member streams to get fired out the chamber, and we're kicking off with Monday. We will have our usual one on Thursday, and between Tuesday and Wednesday we're going to try and get another one in. Now, it's important that you all know this right off the bat, so this is for everyone catching this after we've been live, but the second member stream, the one we do on Tuesday or Wednesday, so keep your peepers out for that one, set notifications on and all that good stuff. We're going to vote for the time of day that we're going to do it on Thursday, and on Thursday, guys, we have got some giveaway cards that still have not been given away. I have done the draw, we've got the winners, we've posted around it everywhere, I've given away what I can, but not all of them have been distributed as of yet. So on Thursday, if you're there, you're in. If you remember, you're in with a chance of winning all the giveaway cards. I don't think I'll have any limited essence to pull any fresh giveaway cards out of the back pocket for it, as it were. I've also got a giveaway for Sofiane El Karouni, a classic card attached to the MFL beginners video that went out at the back end of November. So if you want to participate in that giveaway, I've still not drawn it. I will be done and dusted with the giveaways of 2025 as of Thursday. Time to be confirmed by the next member stream we do tomorrow or Wednesday. I might, maybe give away this wee classic desk that's lying around, so we'll see about that. But otherwise, we have, if I get anyone else to add in, yeah, I think that's Duarte. He's in the giveaway. Yeah, okay, so I think they're all in the giveaway thing right now. Boom. So these are the cards that we have to give away to the members at the moment. We've got El Karouni in that video, like I mentioned, but we have got Icebreaker, Omar Marmouche in AFCON duty right now. Dominguez Duarte, who we crafted 6 days ago. Kobe Mainu, still unclaimed. Kevin Nisbet, unclaimed. Sahiti, still unclaimed. So we want to get all these guys dished out. We got Yave Galan dished out to Jon Betton yesterday. And he's actually a card, just as maybe the wee warm-up before I get stuck in with you guys in the chat. I see you, Rico Man and Mason Miller. But Yave Galan is an old hero of FC Barcelona and an old faithful here on the channel who, at Celta Vigo, the super rare, we didn't get maximum goodness out of it. It kind of went bad not long after I finally eventually got one. And I was saying to Harry, let's just check this out now that we're here, right? He's transferred to Osasuna. I'm fairly certain he was at Osasuna before Celta Vigo, and at which time was the best left back in the league in terms of like team of the year, numbers and all that kind of caper. No, it was Huesca. I beg your pardon. Yeah, similar badge. I think that's where I've got confused. Or maybe not quite on numbers, but must have been on something. But yeah, I remember him featuring very prominently and being surprised that he didn't make a bigger move than Celta Vigo. Although Celta Vigo back then, if you remember, they were spending money they didn't have, and you know, his career thereafter we've been exposed to on Sorare, and it's not really. He's been okay in times domestically. I think it's mainly if you look at La Liga, he's normally been really competitive. Does this go all the way back to Celta? Yeah, it does. This is Celta Vigo. Now at Osasuna. So yeah, don't get confused with that. But yeah, we got some of these good scores when I got a super rare. I think I missed before this. There was many more. We're just not scrolling back far enough. But yeah, I think all teams in the league, like, he's been very good, and I think Osasuna are a very good defensive team. We all love Sergio Herrera, and Galan for me is, if you play in-season La Liga, any scarcity, yeah, look at that, man. The Spaniards know. The local guys over there will know that's a mega move, potentially, for a league that doesn't have that many OP defenders. In-season cards, rare, still isn't really that. It's like 15 quid, I suppose. Limited, still up, yeah, very nominal amount. By and large, super rare, do we have any? 86 quid. Again, if you're playing at that level. He's had a wee move. He was, yeah, wow, 17. That must have been on the news in 38 3 days ago. Very, very well priced, those ones. You've got a bargain. I say, yeah, anything under the 50 quid mark is an absolute win. And yeah, top dot, Pranksy, who's got it vaulted. And then this one here, I think because it's super rare, like, is this all of them, by the way? Is this all of the in-seasons that have maybe moved? It's not a bad price, I don't think, considering there's no more cards of them, probably. If there is, there's like one, maybe? That's number 9, so I don't mind that. So any of you that are out there, watch out for that. And we're coming into January, so transfer season will be kicking into gear, and these types of opportunities will be everywhere. Now, you might have glanced at a second ago that I've got an in-season Sofiane El Karouni. Now, I got a classic Veerman thinking he was going to be moving Fenerbahce in January. It's then like literally like an hour after I bought the Veerman, it was confirmed that he's staying at PSV, and him being at PSV, classic and in season, is better for his price, it turns out. So I bought him at like 50 quid. I had him listed at 70, and I was getting consistent offers, but it was all trades and all a bit of guff. But the guy that eventually got him offered me El Karauni in season, and you maybe know where this one's going already, plus a couple of quid. Yeah, 13 quid. So I thought, I really don't mind that, because El Karauni is in the exact same situation as Veerman, but he might actually leave in January. And if he does, it sounds like it's Porto. It might even be, dare I say it, Fenerbahce. And to get an in-season one of him and get a couple of quid out of the equation, I've basically got him for, let's actually look at the Veerman. What did they specifically cost me? This one here, I'm pretty sure I paid for it cash because I'd been winning stuff. 51.48. So we minus, what did I get in for this? 51.48. 41. Yeah, like 41 quid, essentially, for the El Karauni. Floor price is now 60 quid. And really, yeah, if he stays in the division, if he moves division, I don't think that's really a bad move right now. Maybe his price is in flux now because nobody knows where he is. But yeah, like that's a good wee trade. Quite happy to bring that in. I might still trade him out. If he doesn't move in January, I'm not going to hang on to it. I won't be playing Eredivisie, but it's still got some good value. And it's in season rather than that Veerman being a classic. So maybe it's easier to negotiate with in terms of trading and all the rest of it. So that's quite fun. And yeah, probably the last thing I'll say about myself before we get stuck into the member stuff is I was chasing down Streak 5 this week, guys. Now, you might have seen my tweet. I asked the members, hey guys, can you like this so that some people can see it and maybe opt to just go, oh yeah, let's review that. And the main point of it is, like, I don't think Tierney's pass is like this crazy error where he's like sent the guy through one-on-one with the keeper. The tweet was probably a bit poorly worded, and I'll need to consider that in the future. And I'm on 383 points. I've got Samu to play. If I'd captained the Gren, if I'd played Butez, these were the other options. Butez 97, he actually finished the game on 100. Mignan with 68. Mignan held up his end. 68 is what we were accepting by taking Mignan, because you weren't expecting Verona to do very much, and it was all about the clean sheet. Butez did everything you would have wanted and more. Sadly never did that. Sadly never went with I went with Tierney. I thought clean sheet, decisive he got, clean sheet he didn't, and on top of that, of course, the negative decisive on the captain is very underpinning. So Samu, I think, can max out at 123 points, which is going to leave me 4 points short. So if Samu hits 100, we're 4 points short. That's a gutter, isn't it? This team has got 2 left, but Captain Armstrong kind of has undone it. It's got further to go. It's got 2 players, but it's not going to happen. And otherwise, yeah, the horses bolted. The chances of winning. Schmeichel DNP wrecked the streak 2 at limited we were on, which, hey, who cares really? But a bit of a bummer. It would have been nice to get that. We got the limited Premier League streak 1 again. So we got another wee fiver from this. Captain Cherky doing his thing, which was all good crack. But yeah, there we go. Good to see you all. Mason Miller was in first and foremost, so let's get a new tab open. Mason Miller, and then we've got Rico Man. I see Matt Harrison, good to see you in the chat as well. It's James Johnson. Hi mate, can I get a review? Yeah, you've been third, no problem at all. Liam Pev, my man, good to see you. James Wakefield, hey Quinny, I need a 75 Kiwi or nice mate, good luck. Good luck, sincerely. I tripled up with Tierney as well, which makes that error led to goal, like, it really hurts my soul. Like, it's just like, oh man, because it was the right play. I think there was just it's not like I can see where the error led to goal accreditation has came from, if that's the way of putting it, but for that to be an error led to goal, it's like, come on, Opta, it's not some mad gaff, so absolutely soul destroyed, soul destroying seeing that ruin me at the 5th. I can go again. I'm quite confident I'll go again, to be honest with you, but it's a matter of time, isn't it? It's waiting. It's going through the weeks, doing all this stuff. So it's still a really bad. Yeah, fine, man. But it's not as if it was to no one. He was aiming it at a Celtic player, Then that player and somebody else kind of interfere with the passage of play before the Livingston guy gets on the ball eventually. And then when the Livingston guy does get on the ball, the defensive errors contribute way more to the goal happening than the pass, you know, is essentially what I'm saying here, you know. Trent, my man, good to see you. Trent, I've been close to sending you a few offers on some bits. I can't remember where it was. I might have even bought something off you. But good to see you, mate. Hope Christmas has been treating you well. Hey, Quinny. Oh, yeah, I've read that. Sorry. I play all comps, however, La Liga and Bundesliga are least priority. Mason. Awesome, my man. Good to see you all. Can you suggest Prem in season? Yes, Liam, I'll add you on. Now, I'll be charging through this because I can't be on for mad lengths of time on this one. We'll be kind of open season on the next one in terms of time. So I'm eager to get through the opening salvo of guys that are here, because I know some of you have been waiting. Some of you might have streaks on the cards. Some of you maybe had streaks on the cards and we never really got to it. For that, I'm forever sorry, and we'll do better going forward. Thanks, mate. Yes, very good. Mine was good, mate. Thank you for asking. I got Transformers, so if I get Transformers, I'm always happy. And by the way, I'll show you these quickly, right? And then we'll get, and I mean quickly. But I got Transformers, and I'm 37, right? And when I was growing up, I loved Transformers as toys. They were the best toys, right? I loved everything about Transformers and Turtles. And there was a few other things that when I was a wee guy, toy-wise, going to the toy shops, pins and pocket money, I was mad for. The number one, I had a few Holy Grails as a kid, and a few of them I've managed to get modern day equivalents of, right? But the ultimate of Holy Grails for me, right, was a Devastator. Now, if you don't know what Devastator is, he is like 6 guys into one, and it's all like construction vehicles. They're green and purple. You'll probably recognise them when I show you them. And, you know, don't get me wrong, there's been, like, as an adult, and you guys know I spend a lot of money on toys and all the rest of it that I could have bought, but none of them have been the perfect version, you know, and I get a bit geeky with all this stuff. But anyway, they've started releasing a series called Studio 86, and it's like from the cartoon movie, which is like the peak, the zenith of all of this stuff anyway. And they've done the Devastator line, essentially. And there's 6 of them. I got 4. I got 4 for Christmas. So there's 2 left to go. And that's what Big Man looks like when he's all together. Slamming people and all the rest of it. So I had a lot of fun on Christmas myself. My big kid, as some of you will know already. And yeah, that was good fun. Thanks for asking. And didn't mean to share that, but there you go. First Jan move for me, Cordero getting his loan cancelled and back to the Segunda. Who's Cordero, Dime Bar? Cordero, who's that? Well, Gray, good to see you, fist bump. As the giveaway. Oh, Borgia signs. Yes, no. What was that attached to again? It was attached to, yes, the last video, wasn't it? Yes, it was. So we'll draw that on Thursday. So all of that will go on Thursday. So if you participated in that, it's not been drawn yet, you've not missed it. Awesome, right, let's get stuck into it. So first of all, we had Mason Miller just after a review, and the least priority, of course, is Bundes and La Liga. So let's say I get set up to hit this. All limited, which is lovely, and it should make this nice and succinct. So let's start with the Prem. Let's have a look. 7 keepers we're having a peek at. All in season, yeah, nice. Nice, good array of options as well. Sells is kind of out the picture at the moment, isn't he? Dubravka, the budget hero. Look at that hundo, by the way. Look at that hundo. And that's what I guess someone like Dubravka can give you. They get these wee purple patches, don't they? Can really candlestick up like a Butez. And Butez is probably a better team situation and all that. But yeah, I like that. Jose Sam Johnson, handcuff, whatever. Leeds goalkeeper, meh. But Robin Roves, Leno, sells when he was playing Dubravka. I like the kind of bones of that, without there being any super powered keepers. Sinise went hot, hasn't he? James in season and classic. Diaz classic. I think there's a lot of classic reliance here, isn't there? Let's flip to in season. Could probably play a bit of champ classic with some of these guys too, I suspect. Yeah, I like these. I'm a fan of a lot of these cards. I think your Prem is kind of in the same bracket as mine. You've got James, a bit of a different card to the defender I've got, certainly, but overall, like, yeah, it's good budget guys, value for money, different little team combinations, under the radar plays. Good numbers in season here, by the way. How are we doing for classic smashes at midfield? Yeah, we've got a lot of the good ones. Some of them have been like Grealish, of course. That DNP was an absolute killer, but yeah, we've got a lot of the good ones. That's fine. And then up front, if we have a wee peek at that, we'll see in seasons and classics, because the forward category can be quite thin. Semenyo in season classic feels like a really good move right now, doesn't it? Cunha Classic, Bowen in-season classic. Yeah, it's not that. Yeah, you're relying, I think, on a fair bit of classic forwards here, maybe more than other positions. Yeah, but fine. I think all the options here. Otara's, whatever. Pino, Okafor had a minute, didn't he? So yeah, I like the Prem thing. It's very similar to mine in the sense of like mine's is loves the Road to Glory and all that kind of stuff, and you've kind of got like if you're to do anything with this, you are kind of probably putting your mind into that common mindset. I can see you've got a lot of common cards. You think about the common teams you're building. Who's missing from your limiteds, because you probably still use like James and Tielemans and a lot of the guys you've got here, maybe even the keepers. But there's probably a common card or two you're like, oh, if I had that at limited. And for Prem, that's probably the only thing I would say for that, really. Good numbers, different teams are involved, a lot of in-season, fair amount of classic. Bundes and La Liga, maybe just click on and skip by quickly, because you do have a lot, and we'll maybe just look at that in terms of the priority situation. So we'll come to France next and have a peek at that. We've got two keepers, Daw and Dion. Donovan Leon, I should say. A bit of a tongue twister there. Newcastle guy. Yeah. The outfielder. Nice. Oh, that'll be good if he goes back to La Liga too. That's good. That's a good one. Nice collection move as well. So that will be an all-star card, under 23. Or if you have any kind of contender dregs, that would be fun. Championship cards that would work with. That's cool. In defence, again, we've got a lot of the big hitters, got a lot of the good cards. Not all of them, and not the PSG lads, but besides that, it's kind of similar to the Prem, isn't it? In midfield in season, yeah, it's maybe... Some of the names are cool, but it's maybe missing a bit. Wow, Sangar's doing well, isn't he? Wow, well done to him. I love seeing that, by the way. He was so good in Austria. That's good, man. That's good. Well done to him. Yeah. Let's look up front. Do we have any stars? We've got Kavicha. Tovan. Okay. Again, that's just, it feels like a thinner version of what you've got in Prem. I'm just going to glance overall on La Liga here, but how many pages do we have? 2. Yeah, let's do it by position. 6 keepers. Wow, so that's actually a bit better than France, isn't it? Again, I love all these guys, except for Gazaniga. Ramiro, I could take or leave, but yeah, it's really Soria. Double Soria is pleasing to see. In defence, again, like I've said with Galan, it's a division that doesn't really have meta. Like, it's kind of like Harry's boys, the Oviedo lads that are the kind of the interesting play here. There is certainly something to be said for Osasuna types in the league, and even Elche, I would add into that. So yeah, there's kind of good numbers and different faces there. Midfield and up front's a bit different. You've got a lot of the guys that I kind of mess with, of course, those kind of tier 2 level guys. And up front, they're kind of better. Like, they're kind of more tier 1 level. Saganikov, Pepe, Kubo, Cucho. But yeah, it's the same kind of category, isn't it? So again, it's just kind of going into the big teams is kind of what's missing there, or taking advantage of transfer opportunities. Again, we'll have a quick fly peek through Bundes. Damons and Zentners. Yeah, I think this is going to be quite similar themed, isn't it? Let me keep up the chat a wee bit here. Sorry, Mikey Basson, good to see you. Thomas Ronyon, I'll add you on. You'll be the last one we'll probably squeeze into this. So, where's it? I've still got the wild hair. If I've just not wilded it, just like combed it. Not had a haircut or anything yet. Do you know what's funny? I was chatting to Craig, who owns like Celtic here, and he was like, for a joke, you should do it until Celtic sign a striker. So that may be a gag we run in the new year. Oh, the festive period's been good to me, man. I've become a lazy git in some ways. Like, I'm enjoying the no school run in the morning and all that kind of stuff. Defence, we've got Roms, we've got Grimmies. Yeah, everything outside of Bayern. Again, I think we're getting a kind of pattern emerging here in midfield with this. Yeah, kind of similar again. Eriksson's and Arnold's and Bangula, Joachima Fujita, Reader. We're after those tier 2 hits. So yeah, I get that. So the Champ Leagues are kind of like you've got a good foothold in them, and I know you've said like low priority and whatever, but I do think coming into this time of the year where like Sorare have done a lot of promotions, the primary market's been quite active. I think the secondary market is going to be quite fruitful for studs, you know, for like because now like this, I know we've got more to go through, Mason, but it reminds me of not just my own gallery, but a lot of galleries out there where like it has been card accumulation has been a main part of the gameplay up to this point of the season. Is building your roster, firming out your ranks, getting your depth and your quality ratio in check. You get some streak action, so it kind of power jets you into some more positions and things like that. But you can kind of be painted by numbers a little bit. You can kind of be filling out, just putting people in seats essentially. And then it comes a point where, especially when you do feel you're getting to streak 4 and 5, it's like, right, well, how am I going to deliver those big scores now? And like, thankfully, I think with the DGen season I've went through, it's hard to imagine I've not got options every week for the rest of the season. And yeah, I think with these leagues, that's kind of the main thing. It's that common mentality, I think, again, as well, where I think with all those champ leagues, you could play common teams with only the guys you had at limited, and you probably swing quite well and have some good picks every weekend. But there would always be guys that you're picking at common that you don't have a card for, and that's kind of all those ones are missing, really, at this point. So, Jupiler, do we have much going on there? We've got 7 keepers. Again, we've seen this before, haven't we? Yeah, so it's ringing bells. No piano, that's somebody else, but yeah, good numbers. Sean Ford, good to see you. Love that. Got the luxury dilemma of being on streak 5 in Challenger, now probably needing the restraint of not entering a team. Yeah. With 3 Div 1 lineups, yeah, I kind of feel that, Sean. 5-10 is a mighty, and that's Challenger as well, mighty score to hit, and it's kind of, if you don't go like full Celtic, you're playing Motherwell, there's no guarantee the scores go that greatly. You're kind of having to pick lottery numbers, one guy from here, one guy from there, one guy from there. And yeah, that's why I had to go this weekend, and I went triple Tierney. I got the Samu, yada yada, all the stuff that I done inadvertently, getting assigns that I didn't need and all that kind of stuff. Oh no, you got rid of the piano so I wouldn't sing the song. Love that, mate. Or I don't know if I love that, but it makes me laugh. Piano. Sorry, mate. But yeah, I'm not sure if I even just zoom out on this, because yeah, we have looked at this a lot, and the Belgian one, it's something that I'm hearing Harry's voice. It's not like a way. Once you've got a lot of the guys, you've kind of got a lot of the guys. You do have Bruges and stuff like that, so I'm just going to maybe glance into Eredivisie for a minute, because I think your numbers and everything for Belgium is diddly okay. And yeah, I think for Eredivisie, you've got a very well-rounded setup already, don't you? 22 defenders. Is this in season only? No, this is all. And yeah, we've got basically everyone you would want. Mauro Juniors and everything. Frankie Kiernan, good to see you. Frankie, you have been waiting, and I'll do my best to squeeze you in. I did close on this one because I do have limited time for session 1, but we have 3 of these coming out this week. We'll definitely be doing one on Thursday, where we'll have a giveaway session on that, but I'll also be doing one either tomorrow or Wednesday, and on that stream we'll be voting for what time the giveaway stream is on Thursday, because you need to be in the stream on Thursday to win the cards. Giveaways have went unclaimed. We need to give them out, and we're doing that on Thursday. So if I don't get to today, Frankie, it's kind of time's out of my hands for the back end of this. Then I'll make sure you're top of the agenda for the next one. But we'll try and squeeze you in today. But I'm just kind of catching you up. If you're just joining us, buddy, good to see you. Pierre as well. The game week didn't go well for me, buddy. The opening kind of 5-10 minutes, I kind of go through my own results. Tierney's error led to goal was absolutely crucified me in more ways than one. Absolutely killed me, man. I need Samu to do 127 or something. He's only capable of doing 123, so it's not going to happen for me, sadly, no matter Samu 100s or not, essentially. But yeah, midfield is cool, a bit thin maybe, but again, there's not buckets of guys to choose from. You've got all the main kind of players there, and for 4 teams there's more than enough. And up front, maybe a bit more depth, which is nice. Some of these guys can be a bit flaky, going in and out of form, injuries and such. So yeah, that's cool. And then let's have a look at Charlie. Bigger numbers here. Of course, this is where, yeah, you're expecting just bigger numbers in general. 16 goalkeepers. We've got Ederson, Schmal George, Callum Ward, absolutely rinsing it. Rui Silva, all in season. And in season, bunch of other guys here as well. Butlins and Trubins and whatever. Bane on fire. Love that. Classic Butlins. Mason's a Rangers fan, of course. Only the one Schmeichel. Don't mind him that. I've got no Butlins, so he's a better man than I, Mason. It must be said. KT, Skriniar, Freckleton. Well, he's got a nice L5, doesn't he? It's very usable. Very usable. Yeah, he's a very usable card. Little Freckleton here. 21. Miguel. Yeah, fair play to him. Davison Sanchez. I've just crafted myself. I keep forgetting about that, by the way. Dedic. Yeah, you got some. Yeah. Who are you missing from this? It's like Jamie Lawrence. I was talking about him on Celtic content. It's a nice wee card to have. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone like wildly missing here, is there? You've kind of got them all. You got Rangers guys? I've not really seen any Rangers guys. Suter, yeah, Tavernier, there he is. Kanji's a fun one. Although you probably don't need them. There's no like Kiwiors and Bednarex, was there? So maybe that's something. You've got Poitier, Engels, McGregor. You've got Jesus Christ. Love that. Yeah, lots of good guys. Yarinki, I've not even got one of him. Kjaergaard, Watt. Yeah, again, I think you're kind of playing with a full deck here. Which for Challenger is actually quite a fun build, isn't it? And yeah, I think you're playing with a full deck here, buddy. Again, maybe it's a wee bit of Porto you need to kind of round off on. A wee bit more Fener. Like, I'm a big Fenerbahce fan. Yeah, Asensio's a big one. Asensio, Talisca, big midfielder plays. For me, anyway. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Yeah, so I think maybe like an Asensio would help you out. Because I know how shaky midfield can be in this. I like Sudakov a lot. And up front, yeah, you've kind of got them all, don't you? Again, Borja signs, whatever. Sani, you've got him, brilliant. Oh, you've got Borja, yeah. Yeah, that's like a full deck. Getting that in the Premier League or Bundesliga and all the rest of it just isn't going to happen. So it's kind of like build those squads out the way you have them now, and then you're just kind of like you're finding like one type of Samu guy, one Asensio, one Skriniar or whatever into them. Whereas I say this is like, yeah, a full deck is probably the best way of describing it. Contender. Got a fair whack numbers wise anyway. 13 keepers. All shapes and sizes, classics and in seasons, mainly European. Yeah, I don't think there's anything outside of Europe here, which is fun. Again, this isn't really a region I've been across too well, so again, you'll need to forgive a bit of my ignorance here, but you've got a lot of names I'm familiar with. Huge numbers as well. This is a region of midfielders though. Do you have 4 of them? 3 of them at least? Double Teddy, Wanizek, Leone. Is Leone in that category? Maybe just about. Benacer can be. Cantwell's been there. Wow, fair play to him. Out of 4 games. But yeah, I did think he was scoring well again. That Rangers collection helping you out ever so slightly. And then up front, Vicente, Quieto, Barasatic, Davachvili. Yeah, it's quite cool. I think, yeah, so when I look at this in terms of like a review, Mason, I think you're like Eredivisie and Jupiler, you're in Challenger. They're all like, I don't think there's really anything to do but pick teams and fill gaps as and when, if and when. Otherwise, I'd be kind of looking at your champ 4, and we've all got limited resources, so I'd probably just pick one and get those common cards that you don't have. Don't think there's particularly anything that I think, oh yeah, that's pointless, sell that, because you're streak capable now. We're in December, yeah, like maybe half the season's gone by and large, as a sweeping comment, but you're streak capable in every competition. Up to streak 3 at least, streak 2 probably, we could probably all agree without an argument. And then it's about how many of them are streak 5-able. I think Jupiler, Eredivisie and Challenger undoubtedly. Contender maybe is, again it's a wee bit sensitive to fixtures, isn't it? But the champ ones maybe not, maybe not. And just getting that on the agenda is maybe something to do, Mason. Tim, good to see you. Do you expect the same 11 for Celtic? I think Schmeichel will be back. But otherwise, yeah, I expect it to be the same 11. Jon Betton, good to see you. I hope that Galan smashes for you. Oh, well done, Benny. Streak 5, got a bag of sand. Well done. Samu will score 6 today. Thank you very much for the kind words, Joking Calvez. Good to see you. Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. Hope Santa was good to you all. Oh, Pierre needs 155 from Kiwi or in Costa. Nice, mate. I hope you get it. But yeah, Mason, the gallery is well built, well rounded, and I think it's just about those common teams. Like who do you play that you like, and you're getting their scores right in that champ setting that would get into your best limited team. That's kind of the only thing I would be looking at for you now for in season, for example. So outside of that, maybe the only thing I would say is as part of the strategy now, like being actively conservative with your wallet. And Essence, I think, I've not went over the announcement yet for how much Essence, they announced what you can do with carryover and all that, didn't they? I've not actually got across that yet. That's something, I'm going to put Essence 26, because that's something that's on my to-do list still. I've still got to catch up on that. But crafting, turning, trading is kind of in mind for like next season. Like, is there any strategies here that didn't work for you, that aren't working, that you're not using? It's the only thing to maybe just go and cut them off, because, and I'm not talking about cutting a strategy off here in terms of like a league or a competition, but like within Contender, I've noticed the fucking Reims players, and I know it won't be Reims, but the Gurterfurf players have been useless. I don't use them, they don't do well, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. Could you maybe do some of that? Like any of the in seasons you don't see a future for next year, can we get rid of them? Oh, did they not give Sudakov the assist? I got a notification for it. I thought he got it. Rico man, what are we after? Hey Quinny, can you have a look at SR Challenger forwards? Ooh, I bought some SR in-season Challenger. SR Challenger forwards. Like this little menu now on desktop, it's really good. 2 seconds, I closed the door. The gangs came back. Came back and they're going to expect me out of here kinda semi-soonish, so I better not delay any further with Transformer chat and all the rest of it. Matteo, good to see you. I might go through and narrow it down. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like anyone who's got any in-season value that is a classic is dead. You know, maybe some of that stuff, like you're not using them, they didn't work, they're a crap team now. You know, anything like that you're not using, you maybe get rid of that. Super rare. Are we talking classic, Rico? What page? Well, I'll look at it on this page. Did you say something else? I was looking at a classic forward, Kohler or Shank classic. If you can go to history, you can see how many minted cards. Awesome. Right, okay, so super rare forward. You were looking at Shankland and Kohler. Kohler's like the guy, isn't he? He's like the big. He's like the starter pack, isn't he? I don't know what the budget is, mate, but Asensio feels like a really good classic, man. Really good. Considering the price of Sané by comparison. I don't know what a Shankland is or whatever. We'll see that in a second, I'm sure. I don't know if that's egregious even, to be honest with you. But it doesn't feel bad. Big Paul's went a bit cold, hasn't he? But he's at a hundo. Dyson's at 277 classic. With his form returning. Tati might be moving, I wouldn't touch that. Shankland, yeah, okay, so if we're around that price, then Asensio's way out of the realm, isn't he? Fair enough. Let me kind of scroll back again with that in mind. Czerny's not bad, but he's double the bubble. This guy Urso, who the Usor? Oh yeah, he is playing in Austria. Yeah, I'm kind of not a fan of getting Austrian right now. If you're starting something out, it just feels like you want every game week to be involved in possible. Who's this guy playing for again? Yeah, Besiktas. He might be alright. AFCON stuff, maybe that's makes things a bit muddy. Shankland at 40 quid is a great buy, I think, because he will score goals. Like, if you don't need him for more than a 65, like, you can play him easy every week and just cross your fingers, basically. Jordan, if you go to Denmark, Jordan's not a bad shout. He's not great, you know. It's just because you said Colert. I'm not too sure how well Colert scores these days. Samu 173. Yeah, I think that Asensio is pretty well priced, by the way. If you got it cheaper, even better. But Jesper Karlsson's kind of fun at 60 quid. A bit more AA than Shankland to take some sets and whatever. We're expecting him to smash in Scotland. It's not really happened yet. Could it happen as the season goes on? Ola Solbacken's a fun one as an in-season forward there, 62 quid. Collier at 57. Yeah, I suppose he scores way better than Larsson, doesn't he? I probably like Solbakken in season, as long as he's not injured. Obviously, double check. But yeah, I probably like Solbakken in season more than classic Collier. It's like £4 in it. And what else are we playing with here? Boyle at 34 is pretty appealing, I must say. Boyle's Boyle's quite prolific. Bit cheaper than Shankland. I don't know if you fancy Hibs more than Hearts or anything like that. Green team, all the rest of it. But I know you're Sporting Lisbon in the gallery, so just for the way it looks and all that stuff, I don't know. But Kunku. Oh, no way did he smash yesterday, man. I should have played in Kunku Classic. If he's going to be delivering that, then we can pick him, but it's hard to pick him before that score comes. I need to remind myself of that. Guys like that, if they've not done it before, it's really hard to kick yourself for not picking them, because at the time it makes sense. Kieran Bowie in season. Again, I probably like that just as much as the classic options that we spoke about there. Two of them as well, so there's maybe a bit of price competition you could activate there. Cardi at 35. Catches the eye, doesn't it? And then, yeah, I think we kind of get into the weeds a little bit. I really wouldn't be touching in the Serie at this moment in time. And yeah, I think a lot of these other guys back here are just a bit too flaky. But I think for the current market, Rico, man, that's the kind of the guys I have. By the way, Cho, if he's fit, 20 quid. Not bad. But he's worth 20 quid, isn't he? You can see that in the scores. Special edition Ronnie Valdo, by the way. Never knew that existed. That's a thing of beauty, that is, by the way. Yeah, I'm not particularly interested in any of these guys, I don't think. That's super rare classic forward. I think, yeah, if you've got a bit of cash on your side, Rico, man, 100 quid. Oh, I would send him the offer, by the way, max. Any stuff you can throw at him. That is a win if you can get this. 100 quid. I would try it. I would try it. What's he packing? More limiteds than rare, but what's he got at rare? What's he playing around with here? Let's see. No. What's he messing with? He's not done much recently. Hard to say this guy's into anything, but I think, you know, I would be sending him offers. I would be pushing that, Rico, man. Try and get that done. Harunya. So the answer to that is no. I've got a video on the channel talking about. Let me tell you the name of the video. I've actually just went into Bundesliga Rare like 2 or 3 weeks ago myself, and I went through it in a video. What's the best one? Yeah, it's called Going Rare. It went out on the 17th of November, which sounds like a long time ago, but video-wise, it's not that long ago on the channel. Go to the channel homepage, click on videos, and the video's called Going Rare. Check that out, buddy. And that's a few weeks ago, so it's still not too dissimilar to the situation we're in now. But yeah, Rico, I would be... That Asensio's priority one, I think. We still... No, we need to go back. I like Bowie, I like Boyle, I like Shanklin. He's a great shout as well. I'd probably stay away from Kohler just because he's like, I don't know, maybe I've just got a thing for guys that don't score goals, but forwards, like, you want to have the guy, oh, they're playing so-and-so, and he definitely is going to score. You don't need to worry about the triple coming in and the clean sheet bonus and all that heavy lifting, you know. You can just get your goal, bang, 65, 61, you know. So Shanklin's very good at that price. I would do everything to get Asensio, but because that's a difference maker of a card. That's a captain, you know. We can tackle this more, Rico man, of course. But I think with super rares, it's quite a limited market. Excuse the expression. Not much. I do like Solback, and I mentioned that before. If you are going to go into Denmark, again, a goal scorer, Nordischland, they're not a bad team. Obviously, it's not a league full of dominance in any way, but in season Bowie, I like that as a shout as well. I don't think he's too different to Shankland. Classic Boyle, again, very similar to Shankland. So that's the kind of way I would read it. No problem. Harun Yusu, thank you very much for the comment. I hope you obviously hang about for the stream today, but if you get a chance, catch that video. It really means a lot. I like Icardi as well. I think, where the rumours about Icardi is it goes back to Italy or something. Somebody's after Icardi, and I don't think it's Blue X or Red X land. I think it's like it's either staying in Turkey longer or something else. I can't remember. Michael, good to see you, my man. Fist bump. Merry Christmas. Hope Santa was good to you. James J, what were you after? Hi mate, can I get a review? Finally selling up limited, and moving into Challenger Rare. Oh, let's have a peek. Now, this will be the last one I get to do. I've had the side eye. So, Liam and Frankie. I'm going to leave yous on screen, and I'll make sure yous are first up on the next one. Frankie Kiernan. You let me know your team name, Frankie. Maybe try and squeeze you in, Liam, depending on what yours was. Oh, we've had a gifted member. Oh, I can't. I'll need to do my best to stay on now a wee bit. Thank you very much, Thomas Ronyon, spending the Christmas cheer. Thank you very much, means a lot. And for everyone that's picked up a gifted membership, make sure to drop Thomas a fist bump. And thanks again for the support. And so back and make sense for the rest of the players I got. Well, there you go. If you're quite focused on the Danish calendar, Rico, and let's have a peek at what you've got. Thanks again, Thomas. You've done that more than once, mate. Really appreciate the support. It really goes a long way, and it really means the world. So thank you, mate. And thanks again to everyone that's supported it by picking it up. Yeah, if we're in Austria, if we're creeping around that side of the calendar, yeah, in season Solback, and I get the call out thing because we've got a bit of a stack happening here, I guess. But again, those AA based guys just. And I know we can get decisives, but it's just you're asking for trouble. I think you want a striker where they're playing bottom of the table, they're at home, he takes penalties. I can trust him. You know, you don't really get that with the Kohler type player. So yeah, I think that makes sense. Again, Shankland is the same thing essentially, isn't he? Calendar coverage, Nordischland probably dovetails better with Brøndby, but you'll have the one game, probably maybe 2 games if there's a split in Denmark. I forget where they might clash against each other. So you kind of go into that knowing the situ. Is this a giveaway? It is. Thank you very much, Matteo. Merry Christmas to you. So James J is just moving into Challenger. James J, Challenger Rare. Let's have a peek. Challenger. Maybe put back onto in-season as well. Liam, I might be able to squeeze you in, buddy. And then Frankie will be first up on the next one. So we've got in-season Schmeichel, Classic Diego, Ederson, top 3 picks. Sinisalo Handcuff, love that as well. Maybe had to spend too much on it because of the thing, 20 quid, so hate it when that happens. But yeah, handcuffs are what they are. Wow. Great for defenders. And for free keepers, you can play double defense for one team. That's brilliant. Really, really well done. I knew Asensio was in here already. Zalazar I like a lot. Froholt is totally cool. Fred, I don't know, he might move to Brazil. He plays well when he plays, but I think with Veerman coming in, Juksic in the team, and Edson Alvarez is like nailed in the Fenerbahce team from where I'm sitting. So Edson is cool. Yeah, I think Fred is just, yeah, you just need to watch when you can use him. I wouldn't pin too many hopes on him, essentially. Yeah, I like this a lot. Zalazar's been cool. Froholt's been cool. They just sometimes can be letdowns, I think, can't they? But they're cool. And again, for 3 goalkeepers, you're talking about, you could play Asensio with double defence, you could play a double midfield, and you could play a single midfield. That then means we need a double forward option. Do we have that? We have Dyson, Pepe plays, Negren's on it, Sainz. Oh yeah, we've got plenty of forwards. We can go double forward, no problem at all. You could go like John Duran and Samu for one team. You could take Negren as a single striker. You could take any of these guys as a single striker, really. Yeah, Borja Sainz included. Yeah, that's really good, mate. See, for 3 teams, this is perfectly built for 3 teams. I don't know if you've totally leaned on your classic thing. You probably have, with the 1 goalkeeper and the 1 outfielder. For 3 teams, that's probably all the limitations that you can probably want to handle. So yeah, I really like that, mate. For 3 teams, this is a stunningly well built team. The midfield thing, I think we all feel that in this region. I'd probably recommend Engels on penalties and sets. The price of Gabri Vega is probably quite good right now, and I think when things restore themselves, like he took a wee bit of an injury, I think he'll be kind of nailed in the Porto team, if I'm honest. A Talisca would be really good, I think, from what I've seen of him this year. McGregor, you can't really go too far wrong with. I like McGrath, I like Armstrong. There's plenty of options in midfield, but that's the one thing I would think about. Maybe covering a base or 2 with. And with defence, like, when it comes to Fenerbahce, Nelson Semedo will be very cheap now, and I think after the winter break, he'll be very much worth having. Thiago Silva's went to Porto. There might be some rotation between him and Bednarek in particular. Maybe that spills into Kiwi or ever so slightly if he ever does get suspended and stuff. Benfica, I'm not too sure, but outside Otamendi, you really want to mess around with our lads. They kind of get rotated. I like Trusty. I think Tierney's going to be the best defender in the region second half. So yeah, I would say Tierney. If you could get a Tierney in here and a Semedo, that'd be awesome. And all these, so Tierney, Semedo, and a Kerem maybe, and then you're ready for keeper 4. Essentially, you did a great build here, mate. Really like it. Really like what you've done, and yeah, you've kind of got a Celtic. You've got the same kind of thing I've got on, but yours is just a lot leaner. Maybe it's just because it's newer. You might keep it that way, and it might be like an economic kind of thing. Oh, sorry, I'll accept this in a minute. But for all intents and purposes, it's kind of the same thing I've got cooking. Yeah, I've just got other depth options. I've got the collections up a bit higher. Do you want to add in a Salzburg or anything like that? Probably not. I've kind of walked myself into a Cardi and Sanchez as other pieces. You've got Otamendi. It's kind of the same thing, isn't it? So I like it a lot, mate. I like it a lot. Very well done. And yeah, that's the only thing I'd say. Maybe Tierney's a great defender to pick up there now. A Talisca or something like that would be cool in midfield. And Kerem, Markatoglu, Semedo, some of these guys will be quite cheap, you know. That Fenerbahce collection is a very good one to have. I'm quite a fan of it, to be honest with you. I'm going to get an Edson Alvarez. I don't know if I've got a wee bit of cash, maybe I'll buy that. I don't know if I'm going to get a Thread. I would if he was going to stay. This Jay Oosterwald, it's alright. I'm not that mad for him. I'm quite happy to see if they sign any more fullbacks because they are spending money. This Juksic's finally cheap. I might buy him because he's good for £7. There's Edson there. Yes, I'm probably going to buy those 2 now that he's cheap. He's been like £25 for ages and just never wanted to pay it because he might move. Yeah, Szymanski's on the move. I don't think anywhere that's good for me though, so whatever with that. But yeah, forward wise, Kerem is a good AA card. He's not really been getting that many decisives, but that could turn. Anyway, yeah. Liam, my man Pev, good to see you. Got no game until La Liga starts. Oh, sorry, I'm keeping this chat on current. Liam, what were you after, my man? Can you suggest Prem in season for me? Have £60 to £100 budget plus 30 market credits. Awesome. So it's just a little who to add. Rare as well, it's going to be, isn't it? Oh, yeah. So, Liam, yours is like the Sunderland build, obviously, isn't it? And the trimmings around it. I think you've got a Reece James, don't you? Yeah. So let's have a peek. We've got Kelleher, Rove since season, handcuffed. Love that. Becker, Pickford, handcuffed Becker. Yeah, really like the goalkeepers. I'm not really too sure we mess with that much. Unless like there's an in-season keeper like a Leno or somebody like that open up in an outfield classic spot. Right, so yeah, Sunderland lads, plus 8 Nuri, who's been injured, Jokey, Richard, who you crafted, that's fun. Sinise, Gab Mag, nice trade in by the way. Classic VVD, cool. Yeah, I think defence is quite cool. Maybe a bit sensitive to the whole in-season classic dynamic with the goalkeepers and whatnot. You're probably not free-flowing picking your best team. You're probably quite limited in how you can assemble them. Again, good guys in the right spots, classics and in-seasons. Yeah, maybe an in-season keeper might be actually a quiet win for you. In-season Pedro, I like. Your Broby's coming good. Ekitike on fire. You got that 9 days ago. Well done. Yeah, that's maybe something to think about here is in-season goalkeeper. Because if we look at, let's just go to manager sales, and we do rare in-season goalkeeper for the Premier League, what do we come up with? Maybe. Dubravka's kind of cheap enough where he could be an option. I like Petrovic, by the way, who's on a bit of a downward move now, price-wise and form-wise. But again, I think you could expect him to gain some form in the latter half of the season. Maybe you can get him a bit cheaper as a consequence of the bad form than now. But yeah, because we've got two in-seasons for sure, and then that means 2 teams we don't. So that means there's only 2 classics we're going to get to use outfield. And who are we looking at for that? On form at the moment, you're probably looking at Foden, aren't you? Bruno G, even one of the forwards you might need. So yeah, they're not really getting that out. So maybe that's a move, I'm not sure. Let's have just a general look, if we remove goalkeeper, just generally the in-season outfielder market. And let's put a cap on the price to like 110-ish. Who's kind of knocking around here? Undervalue. I know you get credits, so we can check on auctions and such, but we're just looking at ID the players. And I'm looking for someone ideally that's kind of like out of place. You know, someone that's... I just seen Grealish there. Again, I know he's not doing great right now. You've got a Mukiele, obviously, before I say something stupid. Onana, 20 quid isn't bad. But no, I'm looking for somebody that's like really, really... Oh, do you know what could be fun? Do you know what could be fun? Rodri's back in training. What did you say? 100 quid, 30, yeah, he's probably just out. It's that type of thing is what I'm aiming at here. somebody like that that's... Let's lift the 4 to like that, just to clean a bit of the back out. Who makes a big difference? Pedro Neto, not bad. Yeah, Grealish at 68 could be interesting. I know he's kind of off the boil now, but I like Zubimendi a lot. 58 quid's kind of hard to pay that for him. I get that, but I think he's been really good. Needs a few more bigger performances, doesn't he? SO5 wise, but Eze, again, hard to rely. Morgan Rogers, though, he's been getting better. Back at it. I'm not sure these guys really jump into the category I'm looking for here. Van de Ven maybe does. I think that's no bad for him. Pedro Porro, again, Tottenham have been minging, but haven't they? Esteval's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Reinders? Reinders isn't bad. Bernie's there at 20 quid. Yeah, I don't know, mate. Prem at that budget's kind of hard. I think an in-season keeper does you some favours, and then if we even look at the same price point but classic, like if we got a Dubravka for like 30 quid to make life a bit easier, the classics you had were fine, but none of them were like, you know, like Soboslais or, you know, the Haalands or someone crazy. Like a Declan Rice. Or, I don't know, maybe a Caicedo. Guardiola, that sort of thing. You've got you've got classic Van Dijk. You've already got one or two of them, but is there like a way better classic you could add in and get a in-season goalkeeper to facilitate that? I don't know, man. It's actually quite a tough one, Liam. Gravenberch. Now again, is he really that different? Prem's really tough this way, isn't it? Where you're spending like 80, 90 quid on something that could work out nicely, but might not. Whereas in a lot of other leagues, you're spending like 20, 30 quid on that player. Like, yeah, over 100 quid for known element here. Over 100 quid for this guy plays and does great. Wow, by the way, Liam Keane, pardon me, Michael Keane. He's good for like team 3, isn't he? Maybe team 2 if you know it's a good game. So yeah, man, I actually quite find that. I think that's quite hard, Liam, to be quite honest with you. Again, looking at the team, if I can just flip it to in season and look at those positions one more time to see where our actual weakness is. Or not weakness, but, you know, where's Finn? I like the defence a lot, actually. I don't really think defence is something you're going to be struggling with, picking your teams with. Between the Sunderland guys and none. You've got 2 classic mids that were alright. Yeah, it's maybe a better classic mid. I like Foden, of course. I can't forget who the other one was. We'll check on that in a second. Was it Grealish, maybe? Up front, yeah, I think Ekitike makes a big difference here. The Sunderland forwards I've always kind of struggled with this year, as you know. But Ekitike is team 1. Pedro can be team 1. And then between the rest of them, yeah, you're kind of half alright, aren't you? And if one team you're using a classic forward, is that the way it goes? You've got some decent options at, you know, Man United, Bowen and Cunha. You get Bowen as well. So yeah, let's go to midfield. What was the classic mid? Foden and Bruno, Grealish. Yeah, they're kind of alright, aren't they? So, yeah, I think midfield, in-season mid, is an interesting angle to filter this through again further. Wow, Harry Wilson for 60 quid feels fun. What's been happening? I like Wharton a lot. Garner's been kind of solid in his own way, hasn't he? Stack has been good in his own way also. Yeah, nice mixture of results there for him. Stack, quite a usable guy. But yes, this is what I mean, like Eze, Rogers, Tijani Reinders. I'd be looking to add in a guy like that. Reliable, big game player, big team, doing stuff, scoring goals. There's a lot of other decent options here, but that's the sort of guy I would be looking at. I don't mind a Tonali at 40 quid because his form's kind of off right now, isn't it? But he did show that when he gets on it, and you know, Tonali can really put in some big numbers. I don't really know the reason for that. Maybe that's something to investigate, but I don't mind Tonali at 40 quid. I think that's quite interesting, actually. In a weird way, Mason Mount isn't a bad card because he kind of always plays for Man United, doesn't he? Kind of mentioned him before in the budget builds. He's kind of a weird one. Garner and Hall, yeah, it's a nice play, isn't it? Nice play indeed. It's a secondary market, Rodri. I don't mind that, by the way. Again, he's a punt. You know, like how many games do you get? Does he come back as good as ever? When does he come back? Can you predict when he's going to come back? Does he get rotated out and kill you one weekend? He might be more trouble than he's worth. You know, actually thinking about it, but. Yeah, Maddison. Totally forgot he even played football. I think it's the first time I've seen that card, by the way. Semenyo, yeah, it could be alright. If he moves in January, but surely that kills his season, kinda, doesn't it? Especially if it's to City. Slots into a rotation though. Yeah, Semenyo, that's what I think. Could trade some of my classics to help with that, Rodri. Yeah. Again, like maybe I think Rodri's a sneaky one because he could just be like best midfielder in the league again overnight. It's not as if Man City are doing bad. It's not as if he wouldn't necessarily just... Why doesn't he come back in and pick up where he left off? I don't know. I don't know why he wouldn't. And having him in a classic is a real difference maker, or even the in-season for that matter would be mega. So I like that personally as a thought, as a move, as a strategy. And I see outside that, it's kind of hard to pick... So again, in this price point, like who can peak what is the best someone could turn out? It is Rodri, and who could do that? Well, Rodri could do that. Could Eze do that? Maybe. Could there was a few other players around that £80 mark, wasn't there? Like Boobs. Wow, Boobs at 20 quid is pretty good. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, 20 quid's not bad for him. Rogers, yeah, like some of these guys are never going to be Rodri. Tijani might, you know, he could maybe be Rodri. Ish. Could be like Rodri light, couldn't he? But Rodri could be Rodri, you know, and in the season, does he get any cheaper than right now? Probably not. As soon as he's on a bench, his price goes up. FOMO kicks in. One good score, it's compounded, it's in. No more cheap Rodris ever again, you know. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, Liam. I've had this side eye plenty of times, guys, so I do need to love yous and leave yous. Now, Frankie Kiernan, I'll make sure you're up first and foremost. We're going to be live to do the next segment of the members marathon tomorrow or the day after, but we'll definitely be back for the final installment on Thursday this week, and then we'll be back up to speed to go into 2026. Thanks again to Thomas Ronyon for the gifted memberships. It really does mean a lot. And for anyone who, I have kind of missed the chat a little bit because I've just been trying to focus on the first batch, the first kind of segment of guys to catch up with, but we'll be back probably tomorrow. I don't want to promise till I know, but probably tomorrow. If not, it'll be Wednesday to do the second leg of the marathon, and then we'll be back on Thursday. Now on Thursday we're going to be giving away all the limited giveaways to members who are there at the stream. Do not miss it. Thanks to everyone for the support on the stream today. Again, with the gifted memberships, thank you very much, Thomas. Really does mean a lot. I hope you all had a great Christmas. Great to see you. It's great to catch up again. Wish me luck. Cross your fingers that Tierney gets that error led to goal removed. Please, 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 Opta. Say your prayers. Hit the like button for me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good luck with the rest of the game week. If you're still chasing stuff, I'm saying my prayers for you as well. And yeah, stay out of trouble. And I'll catch you on the next one.